Welcome in 5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. I am joined by my feline friend. This is Jetto. I don't know if he'll come back on the screen. He might be here the whole time. You never know. Look, I want to talk to you today about the event, the Being Social event. This is why this kid is up here, because he is as social as it gets. With Being Social in Austin, it was such a success. It was so cool to watch, to witness, from both being in a moderator position, but also being someone who sort of, really helped birth the idea, if you will. It meant a lot to me to watch it take place, see how people interacted, reacted. Let's just start off by really looking at it for the first part of it. We opened the show up by having some great folks from, obviously, Andrew Street and the ex-head of Facebook, Meta, on the auto side was there. They were talking, unbelievable discussion, basically about how to be more specific. From that, we went into TikTok. Who doesn't love to hear about TikTok? And some of the statistics that TikTok shared with that group of people, it blew my mind. I had no idea that we were so committed as a culture to TikTok already in ways of media. It wasn't about social media. It was about media. It was about being there in that realm, right? So I really, really dug that. And again, being the moderator, I got a chance to engage. I got a chance to talk with folks. My man over here being active as well. That's really what I love to do. I love to see it flow. So after that, we had an unbelievable presentation from our friends at AdTaxi, Kelsey Skeen, Andrew Walkinshaw. If you have not checked out their product, do yourself a favor. Take 5 minutes. Go look at it with Kelsey and Andrew. It is so cool about taking the best of what you do on social media and putting it into places you might not expect to find it on all corners of the internet. And it isn't about being on social media, but looking like social media. Very, very cool stuff, taking the customization of social media advertising, to my extent, to the next level, really layering on top of what you're already doing. After lunch, which beautiful lunch there, Austin, Texas. I love the food in Texas. I had a good time. I really did. I really enjoyed my visit. A lot of folks tell me it was like Madison, Wisconsin. So I was obviously well versed in that topic. Excited to check it out. Don't necessarily know that I found it to be similar, sure, a little bit, zany, different, liberal, I guess is the way to say that as well, which again, cool, no problems, but that's a massive city, and really, it's really hilarious. If you ever get a chance, everyone who knows me knows I love Madison, Wisconsin, because no skyscraper, building, or anything is allowed to be built taller than the Capitol building, thus making your capital the center of your capital city. It's absolutely gorgeous. You ever get a chance, 2 lakes, a beautiful capital. But in my drive into Austin, I saw this itty bitty little capital and all these high rises. So from a city to city perspective, Austin is a massive city, almost 1 million people in it. Madison is probably more like 700,000, feels more like 400,000. So it isn't the same, but I do get the comparisons. After lunch, we went into breakout sessions, allowing all of our participants to get into individual discussions that they wanted to have. I did skip one big one, though, because after lunch, instead of going right into a session, we decided, and it was made in the moment. This is how cool it was to do business with my friends at Dealer OMG and AdTaxi, because we weren't stuck to anything. We didn't say it has to be this way, production is set up to do. We didn't do that shit. We said midway through the day, Dave Lemon approached me. He said, look, my session, let's kick it. Let's not do this. Let's give the whole session to Jeff Hunter. And I said, well, let's do it after lunch, keep people moving. Jeff Hunter and his relationship with General Motors, thank you so much, General Motors, for the use of the vehicle. We do truly appreciate it. Gave Jeff Hunter a beautiful brand new pickup truck that he brought to the show. And we did a live event of the show. Hopefully here I can get Jeff to edit it in here. Is a beautiful overhead shot of the walk around and a couple of other shots to show you that the fact, here's what I love, and I would show you with my phone, but those of you who watch the show know my phone's currently recording what we're doing. Everyone who was out there was holding their phone like this against their chest, just recording Jeff Hunter. 30 plus minutes, 100-degree heat. Yeah, we were in the shade, but what's the shade at 100 degrees? And everybody stayed engaged, and everybody absolutely effing loved it. That's what I love. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to be a part of. That, to me, is the biggest, baddest thing you could possibly do within the scope of all of this, because it's not something anyone had ever seen in an event before. It's putting not only your money where your mouth is, but your ability in front of the whole crowd to give away, if you will, secrets that people, honestly, he knows probably won't follow it anyways, but he put it out there. And the people who stayed and the people who engaged really, 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 really got tons and tons of value. So I'm so grateful that happened. After the breakout sessions, which went on, a lot of people did not move. They wanted to stay talking. We got opportunities to jump around. Nothing happened there. People kept engaging. So again, very fun. We closed the event up a little bit quicker because we had some folks having to get out of town, things like that. So we, again, in-game adjustments. The in-game adjustment for us was to say, hey, screw it. Let's get out. Let's go out and get into our cocktail hour with our cigars and just enjoy it. And was it ever an enjoyment? I would say about 80% of people hung out into that part of it, and about 50% of people hung out past that we actually ended up having ourselves a beautiful end of the night dinner that we sort of got together on the fly, worked with the beautiful hotel. The hotel was just unbelievable tour. It was everything. Hotel Viata, Austin, Texas. Shout out. Thank you so much. If you get a chance to visit them, it was beautiful. They were wonderful for us. They did everything exactly as you would have hoped to put on an event of that. And so, yes. I found myself, I was lucky. I had my wife with me the whole time, and having my wife with me at a work event, for me, awesome. For her, probably sucks. But having her there is easy for me to really find center, because as I started to get into my head or get overwhelmed with what I wanted to do next, how I want to do it, take a look over, make a little eye contact with the wife, boom, all your stresses are gone. So during dinner time, her and I were not sitting together. We were sitting sort of apart with my man Dave Lemon, pretty much between us. Everyone was talking, and I found myself at the head of a table, 20 people at the table, getting kind of emotional late at night, thinking, wow, I had dreamed this idea up based on what I had seen my friends Jeff Hunter and Dave Lemon do in Tampa in early May. And by the middle of September, we were putting on a full-blown show. Moving at that speed was phenomenal, but B, and more importantly, the event we put on, I think, and I'll let everyone else speak to it, is exactly what I believe it should have been. And so to me, that was the real wonder of it all. That was the real, holy cow, we've accomplished this. And people, the biggest takeaway was people of their peer group who'd never met each other. They're from all over the country. Ohio, obviously Texas, Colorado, Minnesota, Tennessee, right? It's all here. Converging for 4-hour drives within Texas, may as well be another state, right? So them being in their peer groups and watching all of them just communicate and talk about it and be there, I thought it was absolutely freaking phenomenal. So again, to all my partners that put on the show with me, Andrew Street, Dave Lemon, Kelsey, Andrew Walkinshaw, I just thank you. To our sponsors, CarClicks, Cognition, Trade Pending, thank you. You got shout outs throughout the day, and we've already received interest not only from people wanting to attend the next event, but also sponsor and speak at, which means a lot to me, because I can make the announcement here. Being Social 24 is a go. It's going to take place here in Madison, Wisconsin. And it is going to be a phenomenal time. I'm going to try and set up a really, really cool event here and do things. We learned some things. We're going to do things a little differently, and we're going to try and blow this thing out. So thank you all so much for attending, sponsoring, partnering, and checking it out. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a great week.